Welcome to News Edge, your sharpest source for daily headlines and deep dives. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and stay ahead of the curve. In a move that echoes the tense days of the Cold War, the United States has reportedly redeployed nuclear weapons to RAF Lakenheath in Suffolk, England. This development has captured the attention of both military analysts and the general public, as it marks a significant shift in the security dynamics of Europe. RAF Lakenheath, long a symbol of US-UK military cooperation, is once again at the center of global strategic planning. This redeployment marks the return of American nuclear arms to British soil after an absence of more than 15 years. The decision to bring these weapons back is not just a logistical move, but a powerful statement about the current state of international affairs and the perceived threats facing NATO allies. The shift is widely interpreted as a direct response to rising global instability, particularly in Eastern Europe, and a clear effort to reinforce NATO's defensive posture. With tensions escalating between Russia and the West, the presence of US nuclear weapons in the UK is intended to serve as both a deterrent and a reassurance to European allies. By positioning these weapons closer to potential flashpoints, the United States and the United Kingdom are sending a strong and unmistakable message of deterrence, particularly aimed at Russia. The move is designed to remind adversaries that NATO remains united and prepared to defend its members against any aggression. This action reaffirms the enduring military partnership between the two nations, highlighting decades of close cooperation. It also signals a renewed commitment to collective security, demonstrating that the US and UK are willing to take concrete steps to adapt to new threats and challenges. For decades, US nuclear weapons were a fixture at several RAF bases across the UK, serving as a key element of NATO's deterrent strategy. Their removal in 2008 was widely seen as a sign of easing tensions and a hopeful step toward a less confrontational era in East-West relations. However, the return of these weapons now highlights just how much the security landscape has changed in recent years. Renewed conflicts, shifting alliances, and the resurgence of great power competition have forced Western powers to revisit old strategies and reconsider the role of nuclear deterrence in maintaining peace. Ultimately, this redeployment serves as a stark reminder that the era of nuclear brinkmanship is far from over. As the world faces new uncertainties, the presence of US nuclear weapons on British soil underscores the enduring importance of deterrence and the fragile balance that continues to define international security. The weapons in question are the B-6112 thermonuclear gravity bombs, modern, precise, and adaptable. Developed as part of the United States' ongoing efforts to maintain a credible nuclear deterrent, the B-6112 represents the latest evolution in nuclear bomb technology. Its design reflects decades of research, combining the destructive power of thermonuclear weapons with the flexibility demanded by today's complex security environment. Unlike the massive bombs of the past, the B-6112 features variable yield and precision guidance, making it a tactical weapon for targeted strikes. Its yield can be adjusted from as low as 0.3 kilotons up to 50 kilotons, allowing military planners to tailor its effects to specific missions. The addition of a modern tail kit gives the bomb the ability to strike within meters of its intended target, reducing the risk of unintended damage and making it far more versatile than earlier nuclear weapons. These bombs are designed for advanced aircraft like the F-35A Lightning II, also stationed at Lakenheath, creating a formidable deterrent. The integration of the B-6112 with fifth-generation stealth fighters means that these weapons can be delivered with unprecedented accuracy and survivability, even in heavily defended airspace. This combination of stealth and nuclear capability significantly enhances NATO's ability to respond to emerging threats. Their deployment in the UK is part of a broader US nuclear modernization program aimed at ensuring rapid response and credible deterrence. This modernization effort includes upgrading delivery systems, improving command and control infrastructure, and ensuring that the nuclear arsenal remains safe, secure, and effective in the face of evolving global challenges. Even at low settings, the B-6112 is far more powerful than the bomb dropped on Hiroshima, but its precision is intended to limit collateral damage. The hope is that by offering a more controlled and flexible nuclear option, the B-6112 can deter adversaries while minimizing the risk to civilian populations and infrastructure in the event of a conflict. Stationing these weapons in Europe demonstrates the U.S. commitment to NATO's defense, turning the nuclear umbrella into a tangible reality. It reassures allies that the United States stands ready to defend them, while also sending a clear message to potential adversaries about the strength and unity of the alliance. The arrival of the B-6112 fundamentally shifts the balance of power in Europe. Its advanced capabilities force both allies and adversaries to rethink their strategies, raising the stakes in an already tense geopolitical landscape. Its presence is both a technological leap and a controversial escalation in the ongoing standoff. While some see it as a necessary step for security, others warn that it could spark a new arms race and increase the risk of nuclear confrontation in Europe. The arrival of B-6112 bombs at Lakenheath signals a renewed nuclear role for the Royal Air Force. For years, the UK's deterrent was solely sea-based, but now, with new F-35A jets capable of carrying these bombs, Britain is reintroducing an air-based nuclear capability. This move means RAF pilots and crews will once again train for nuclear missions, deepening military integration with the US. Prime Minister Sir Keir Starmer has emphasized the need for robust security, and the government's investment in nuclear-capable aircraft reflects this priority. While the bombs remain under US control, their deployment from British bases by British pilots creates a shared responsibility and elevates the UK's role within NATO. It's a return to Cold War-style shared deterrence, adapted for today's threats. This deployment comes amid extreme geopolitical tension, especially due to the ongoing war in Ukraine. Reports suggest it coincided with a stark ultimatum from former US President Trump to Russia, demanding a halt to aggression within 50 days. The timing suggests the move is not just about long-term deterrence but also a direct signal to influence Russia's immediate actions. Despite the pressure, Russia has continued its campaign in Ukraine, undeterred by Western threats. The situation remains volatile, with the risk of miscalculation ever present. This escalation marks a new, more confrontational phase in the West's dealings with Russia. Officially, both the US and UK refuse to confirm or deny the presence of nuclear weapons at Lakenheath, maintaining a policy of strategic ambiguity. This secrecy is meant to complicate adversaries' targeting and preserve operational security. Nevertheless, news of the deployment has sparked protests and reignited fierce debate in the UK. Many fear that hosting US nuclear weapons makes Britain a primary target, increasing national risk. The political climate in the US adds further uncertainty, with allies questioning the stability of American leadership. Two narratives now compete: the official line of deterrence and alliance, and the public's anxiety over the ethical and security implications. This tension underscores the challenge democratic governments face in making high-stakes security decisions. In response to Western moves, Russia has issued stern warnings and hinted at nuclear retaliation, but experts agree actual use is unlikely. Instead, Moscow is expected to intensify hybrid warfare, covert, ambiguous actions that fall short of open conflict. These tactics allow Russia to pressure and destabilize adversaries without risking a direct military clash with NATO. The real danger lies in this ongoing, less visible conflict, which is difficult for democracies to counter. Russia's strategy is to keep the West off balance, forcing constant vigilance and internal friction. Russia's hybrid warfare exploits Western vulnerabilities through tactics like weaponizing migration, targeted assassinations, and sabotage of critical infrastructure. Proxy forces and criminal networks are used to disrupt and destabilize, all while maintaining plausible deniability. Cyber attacks, disinformation campaigns, and covert sabotage create chaos and erode trust in democratic institutions. These attacks are hard to attribute, making decisive retaliation risky and politically complicated. Russia's goal isn't conventional victory, but to weaken Western societies from within and undermine alliances like NATO. It's a patient, corrosive campaign designed to achieve strategic objectives without open warfare. Western intelligence agencies face immense challenges in detecting and countering Russia's hybrid tactics. The ambiguity of these actions makes attribution difficult, complicating any response. Retaliation risks escalation, so Western nations must act with caution and restraint. The dilemma is how to deter and punish hostile acts in the gray zone without triggering open war. This demands a coordinated approach, integrating intelligence, diplomacy, sanctions, and cyber defense. The new battle space is about resilience and crisis prevention, not territory or firepower. The return of US nuclear weapons to the UK, against the backdrop of war in Europe and high-stakes ultimatums, signals not just a shift in military posture, but the dawn of a new era of great power competition. This move is a stark reminder that the security landscape is changing rapidly, and the stakes are higher than they have been in decades. The presence of these weapons on British soil is both a message of deterrence and a symbol of the renewed urgency to protect the continent. While echoes of the Cold War still linger in the collective memory, today's conflicts are far more complex and unpredictable. The battle lines now extend beyond traditional borders, reaching deep into cyberspace, the global economy, and the information sphere. Modern threats can emerge from a keyboard as easily as from a missile silo, and economic pressure can be as destabilizing as military force. The goal for the West is clear: to restore stable deterrence and close the gaps in NATO's defenses. This means not only reinforcing military capabilities but also ensuring that alliances remain united and adaptable in the face of new challenges. Every exercise, every summit, and every strategic decision is aimed at preventing miscalculation and maintaining peace. But stability in this era requires more than just military might. It demands resilient institutions that can withstand shocks, strong alliances built on trust and cooperation, and clear, open channels of communication to prevent misunderstandings and escalation. Diplomacy and dialogue are as vital as deterrence. Defending against hybrid threats means strengthening cybersecurity to guard against digital attacks, countering disinformation campaigns that seek to sow division, and protecting critical infrastructure from sabotage. The battlefield is everywhere, and so must be the defenses. Public education and whole-of-society resilience are now crucial first lines of defense. When citizens are informed and prepared, societies become less vulnerable to manipulation and disruption. Building awareness and readiness at every level is essential for national security. Peace and security are not static. They must be actively built, nurtured, and defended by each generation. It is a shared responsibility, requiring vigilance, engagement, and a commitment to the values that underpin free societies. The West's greatest challenge is to find the right balance between strength and restraint, to deter conflict without provoking it, and to forge lasting stability in a world that is as dangerous as it is interconnected. Only through unity, adaptability, and resolve can lasting peace be secured.